Yo, what's going on, guys? Hope you all are doing well. This is your boy Trillionaire Mac. Welcome back to another trade breakdown. In this video, we're going to be going over a gold trade that I took on Friday. Now remember, Fridays are against my trading plans. I normally don't trade on Fridays, so I didn't send this out to any of my clients or any of my traders. This was simply just a more risky trade that I took. It wasn't risky because of the confluences that I saw. It was mainly risky because, like I said, trading Fridays goes against my trading plan. I usually don't have the best win rates on Fridays, so I'm very selective about the Fridays that I do trade. But if I ever see a prime set up on Friday, of course, you guys know more than likely I'm going to take it. So before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you enjoy the content. Leave a like on the video if you enjoy the video, and hit that bell notification icon to be updated whenever I upload a new video. I didn't upload this past Friday. I was extremely busy with students, with mentorship sessions, with in-person sessions, things like that. So I'll be uploading all of my Friday trades today, which is Saturday, October 30th. All right. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Now, on this gold trade, this was actually a textbook gold trade pretty much. I started out on the higher time frame to look for, the confluences that, of course, I like to see. Now, we have been talking about this within the Telegram channel for quite some time now. I wanted price to tap into this region here, not necessarily the H4. Okay, I refined to the H4, but this was basically just based off the daily time frame. Okay, with this right here. So this has been a zone that we've talked about within the Telegram channel for a couple of weeks, but I'm not going to necessarily count it as a trade. So if we look on the H4 time frame, we can see that this is a very, very solid point of interest based on the daily time frame. So if we go to the daily really quickly, you guys can see that right here. All right, I'm not going to go over how I select my zones, okay, but for those individuals who need help with zone selection, feel free to go check out my order block video that I released, I want to say maybe a month or so ago, on how I select my order blocks and things like that. Now, me selecting order blocks is different from me selecting a liquidity point of interest, and more times than not, I'm going to not trade from order blocks, but I'm going to trade from liquidity points of interest. All right, that's just my favorite personally. That's just what's within my trading plan, but you can absolutely trade from regular order blocks if that's what you want to do. All right, so we see price taps into this zone here. And as soon as it does, of course, you guys know me, I'm looking for certain things to take place on the M15 to at least tell me that price is ready to flow within my direction. So we see all of our confluences take place on the M15. We tap into our H4 point of interest. We can see that we break structure to the upside, taking this high. If we look to the left, we actually mitigated this area here as well. We swept this liquidity. Okay, so we mitigated with this wick, we swept liquidity, and then we break structure to the downside, giving us a change of momentum and giving us a fight between supply and demand. Okay, so here was the demand that was resting into the market before price was able to break structure to the upside and tap into this mitigated area, as well as sweep this liquidity here that we already went over to the left. Okay, once that takes place, then we change momentum like I talked about, but we first had a battle with demand here. All right, so we take out this demand. All I'm looking for is for price to return to the supply that is responsible for taking out that demand. So that supply is right here. Okay, and my job is to look at how price is going to respond to this supply region here, right? So I took my entry on the 1 minute, but there was also a pretty decent entry on the 5 minute. Let's go to the 5 minute actually. Okay, so here's my 5 minute entry. Or if you wanted to take advantage of the 5 minute, here it is. Now, the risk on it was 24.7 pips. So if I would have taken this within my live account, I would have just risked 25 pips. Okay. We can see that supply came into the market here to take out this failed reaction as well as this demand, and price returned back to the supply that was responsible for taking out the failed reaction. So this wasn't a bad trade if you took it on the M5. But like I said, I took mine on the M1. All right. Which was right here. So we return back to our higher time frame supply that was responsible for taking out our higher time frame demand here. Okay, and once price actually taps into this region, I'm simply just looking for price to tell me that it wants to go the opposite way, right? So we push into this zone, we instigate equal highs here, price sweeps those equal highs, we then push to the downside, right? We interact with this demand here, price pushes back to the upside, and then we had supply come into the market to take this demand out. My entry was when price returned back to the supply that was responsible for taking this demand out after tapping into a higher time frame region. Okay, within this entire area, I'm not just paying attention to market structure, right? I'm not just paying attention to supply and demand. I'm paying attention to liquidity, market structure, and supply and demand. I need all three of those confluences to line up in order for me to take a trade. All right. If market structure isn't lining up with what supply and demand is doing, I can't take a trade. If liquidity isn't lining up with what market structure is doing, then I can't take a trade. So make sure you guys are waiting for all of your confluences to take place before you actually take a trade setup. All right. Now I am going to be doing a video on Monday going over the October results for the Telegram channel. We're not going to get into it too much. I wanted this to be more of an educational backtesting video for you guys to go check out gold. Now that it is the weekend, you guys can feel free to backtest the trades that have taken place. All right, so this was the entry. And then if we go to the take profit, that was simply just based on my M15 time frame. Let's move this to the M15 really quickly. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. On Monday, I will be releasing a video going over the October results for the Telegram channel. All right, just to give you guys some insight information before that video is released. Let's see. So we took a total of 15 trades in the month of October. We won 9 trades. We lost 6 trades. So we had minus 6% in the month of October, and we had a positive 43% return on investment. So with all of our losing trades, only down 6%. With all of our winning trades, we're up around 43%. So not bad at all. Not too bad at all, but you guys can look forward to that video on Monday. Okay, so my TP was simply just my swing low target, which was here, okay, for around 20.71R. Honestly, I really wasn't even supposed to trade much this week. The opportunity presented itself, so I ended up taking this trade. This was a fantastic trade. I actually only collected around 18% on this trade here because I actually tried to take a scale in on the M5 time frame here. Okay, I tried to take advantage of this here, but price ended up taking me out for minus 1%. We ended up pulling up just a little bit more to mitigate this area here and sweep all of this liquidity, which is completely fine. But I didn't take any more scale ins after that, and we can delete that M5 entry because I did not take advantage of that M5 entry. It was just for educational purposes for you guys to check out. But yeah, not a bad trade at all. 20.71%, really 18.71% because I closed 1% when we were 4% up, and I lost 1% on this trade here. So 18.71%, not bad at all. If you guys did take this trade, congrats to you all. I know most of my students did. Not too shabby, guys. All right. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I don't want this to be too long. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that bell notification icon to be updated whenever I upload a new video. Feel free to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.